As a parent, you worry about things. You worry, oh, does he have an earache? Does he have this? Is he going to get into a good college? You never, ever, as a mother, wake up and say, I think my kid has cancer. It just never crosses your mind.
The first day, we went from everything was fine at 1 o'clock in the afternoon to a diagnosis of cancer by about 11 p.m. that night. And so it kind of shatters your whole world.
When I heard that Charlie had cancer, that it was really scary. Like, oh my God, like, how did this happen? Why?
I didn't know exactly what cancer was back then. I just knew it was bad. So it scared me a lot.
And then when Mom and Dad told me it was a disease, I was, and you could die from it, I was really scared. Because I thought I might have been a goner, but I'm not. I'm alive, here right now, and doing it.
Like when Charlie had cancer, we didn't really see both of our parents in the same room most of the time.
Like the way we did things was so different after that because we had to work around the schedule and see which parent was going to be home at what time.
One night I came home and it was I drove home in a torrential downpour. I was exhausted. I was terrified that I wasn't going to make it home. I was so tired and the roads were so bad. So when I came home that night, I sat on the couch and they both sat right next to me, as close to me as possible, and just wouldn't let me go.
Our mom would be gone for a few days and our dad would be gone for a few days, and it would just keep going back and forth like that.
And it was horrible, horrible. It was really a painful part of our family time because we weren't together.
There were a lot of things that helped us get through. We have a great family infrastructure. We have a great support network. So our family and friends were right there at the get-go. They're still there today. So that was enormously helpful.
I put my faith and my trust in Charlie's doctors, the experts. I had to. It's all I could do. I looked at those doctors and I looked at the way they looked at Charlie, and they loved him the way I loved him. So I knew they weren't going to do anything that was going to harm him. Obviously, chemo is, in and of itself, can be harmful to the body, but it ultimately was there to heal him, and that's what their number one goal was.
My brothers were helpful. If you felt sick and your mom wasn't there, they would run, they would say like, all right, I kind of want you to go to the toilet, but if you can't make it, then we're gonna run and get you a bucket.
We have like pink buckets under the sink.
We were like the throw-up brigade in case he was going to be sick.
If I had really bad problems, they would help me out. They were the best when Mom and Dad were gone.
We were always just kind of, just watching Charlie, making sure he was okay whenever we could. But I felt good doing it, It's like something I could do to help.
They've learned compassion the hard way, but they are extremely compassionate kids. They really are. They get it. They look at people in need and they get it.
They learned a lot about medical conditions that affect your lives and how that cascades into affecting other people's lives. And so I think they'll be a lot more thoughtful about these kinds of things when they encounter it in the future.
He had some awful medicine that he hated, and he and Max, and a little bit from me, turned it into like a love song to that medicine almost. But yeah, in a sarcastic way too, because it was his least favorite medicine of all. Because it was like a weird yellow paste, it looked like too, and they added like you're yellow.
You're yellow, your dog tastes like jello.
Okay, sorry, hold open the door.
You need your humor intact, otherwise you're gonna go insane.
It's tough, it's scary, it's overall hard, but you can get through it.
And just be calm.
Yeah.
We have any tea?
All right, you want to catch up?
Whenever I think, oh man, this was a really bad experience or it was really awful, I think how much more awful it could have been had things not gone the way they had gone. If we didn't have the care we had, if we were born at a different time or in a different place, the outcome would likely have been much different than it has been. So we're incredibly lucky. And I don't want to take that for granted. I want to build on that, share it, and try to help some other people get as lucky as we are.
I never, you could have offered me anything in the world. I would never, ever, ever have taken this route. I would have given up my own life before I took this route. But we have met the most amazing people, other families going through it, clinicians that we've met. Do I wish we met them this way? No. But I know without a shadow of doubt, I would not have met these people if we hadn't been forced to take this road. So I'm choosing to look at the positive, and that it has enriched our lives in a way that we never would have dreamed of. Now that we're on the other side of it, wow, what a journey. What an amazing ride and journey this has been.
So, cheers.
Cheers.